Hey friends, it's Thursday. Good to see you. It is me, Christiana Gaudet. I am your tarot fairy godmother, and I am so happy to see you here today and very happy to begin our session with a huge thank you to my good friend Melissa for becoming a member of this channel. I am so grateful to you, Melissa, and to all the members here. And right now, as I look at the room, we have a lot of members here. You can tell who a member is because their name appears in green, and they have a sun after their name. The color of the sun denotes how long they've been a member, or ish. There's new member, there's 1 month, and then there's 2 months, and then I think we change again at like 4 months or 6 months or something like that. Maybe I'll add to that over time. Anyway, I am so grateful to you, Melissa, and to all the members. And goodness gracious, we just got a super chat from Wendy Milano. Now, Wendy is a member. She does give monthly support, as members do. And she also just supported this broadcast with a super chat. It's actually a super sticker with a really cute sticker. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that support. It means so much to me and to my ability to keep this channel going. So it's Thursday. Before we get going with our Tarot Topics Weekly Newsletter recap, let me just share 2 quick announcements. Tonight, we are doing our very first hybrid class. That means live in person in Palm City and online on Zoom. You can get a ticket either way. The topic is tarot keywords and interpretations. We're covering topics like, how do you remember what tarot cards mean? How do you handle the fact that they can mean a lot of different things? How do you use your intuition in a reading to actually make the card fit the situation and be helpful? That's what we're going to talk about. It's a 2-hour class. You need a ticket. I would love to see you either in person in Palm City or online on Zoom. To get a ticket, you just have to go to my website, Christiana Gaudet, or Tarot by Christiana. We also have a free class here on this channel coming up this Saturday, 10:30 a.m. We're going to look at the aces and tens of tarot. Obviously, in numerology, ace and 10, 1 and 10 are the same number. In the cards, they're different, but how are they different? How are they the same? We're going to have some fun with that. That's a free class. All are welcome. The link is already here. Go ahead and set a reminder so you don't miss us. If you do happen to miss us, you can always watch us in replay. Now, let's get to the topic. I can see a lot of you read the newsletter because you know exactly what to ask. The topic of the newsletter is growing toward the light. I was talking about something called phototropism. This is when plants are attracted to light and will turn to the light and will, even if they're growing in a place where they don't have a lot of access to the sun, they'll grow in a way that twists, that gets them to the light. And I often think that we as people need to grow toward the light. That means that we need to turn toward what nurtures us, turn toward what feeds us, what heals us, what moves us forward. Hey, thank you so much, Clumsy Clairvoyance. So great to see you here. She is a member of this channel and has chosen to support this broadcast with a super chat and super sticker. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. So I understand it's like probably literarily a bad technique to mix metaphors, but I did. I also, as part of this, I said that growing toward the light is like the story of the 2 wolves. We all know the story of the 2 wolves, right? Within each of us exist 2 wolves. One is all about fear and ego, and the other is about love and trust. And they're always in a battle together. Which wolf wins the battle? The one you feed. And so feeding the loving wolf is the same as growing toward the light. That was really my point. So I wanted to do some readings about that. What can you do to grow to the light? A few of you have already put in questions here that are really thoughtful and right on topic. That's how I know you're reading the newsletter, and I really appreciate that too. If you don't subscribe to the newsletter or haven't read it, you can find it and you can subscribe on my website, christianagaudet.com or tarotbychristiana.com. Just hit the button for the newsletter. You can read all past issues of the newsletter and also subscribe to get the Tarot Topics weekly newsletter in your inbox every Wednesday morning. Okay, I am going to go through and let me just say hi to people. Thank you so much for being members. Smile Soul 20, Karen Winkle, Horse Van Dunn, Melissa Grosso, new member, yay. Wendy Milano, Robin Renee, so nice to see you. Clumsy Clairvoyance, Jackie Masters, Iva Morris, Kim Morris, so nice to see you. So you must ask a question. A card won't do it. What we need is a question about how you can bring more light to your life, how you can focus on what is positive. What is positive? That's a question too. How you can quell your fear. You may ask a question about your fears. Are they legit, or do you just need to let them go? Any of those kinds of questions will work. Okay, Karen Winkle, I tend to feed the wolf a fair bit, and I think now we're talking about the angry, scared, greedy wolf, the ego wolf. That's the wolf you're feeding. How can I calm my monkey brain so I can feed the light more? And that's a question for all of us, right? And this, I'm going to look specifically for you, Karen. But I think a lot of us have this problem. And so it may be that the answer comes up for you, that for you will also be helpful to others. And the thing is, for you, Karen, and I don't know how true this is going to be for others, but for you, Karen, all of your fears are rooted in the idea that you will not be good enough, that you are not smart enough, that you don't know enough, that you will not perform well enough, that you are not a good enough person. It all comes down to the fear, and your fear is not even about what bad thing is going to happen. I mean, that may be how you experience it, but it all comes from you being afraid that you're not enough. When you can experience the fact that you are enough, then you'll be feeding the right wolf, and then you will be growing toward the light all the time. Okay. Horse Van Dunn, nice to see you. Thank you for being a member of this channel. Love the light. I pray for the light to guide me. I am old and have been eaten by the ego wolf and made choices and survived. What, if anything specific, has the light to show me today? What a great story, and what a great question. All right. Well, it's interesting. This is so funny. So in these particular lives, these Thursday lives, I don't tend to show the cards because I use a lot of cards to try to give you the right information, but I'm going to show you these cards. You're going to love this. Okay, so what does the light want you to know? 10 of Swords reversed, one of the darkest cards in the deck, but it's reversed. 2 of Swords, the choice is always yours. The Sun, one of the lightest cards in the deck. They're both reversed. You know, sometimes the light is not as light as we would like it to be. Sometimes the dark is not as dark as we think it is. You always get to choose in any situation. And this is not about toxic positivity. I am not a fan of toxic positivity. You got to feel what you feel. And it's okay to feel grief. It's okay to feel sorrow. It's okay to feel fear. It's not okay to live there. And it's not okay to make all your decisions based on those things. And it's not okay to have those be the primary elements of your personal narrative. And I know you don't do that. So I think this is recognizing that there's a lot of things that you can't choose. And there are some you can. And so Even if the light is not as light as you would like to be, choose it anyway. Wendy Milano, so nice to see you. And thank you so much for the generous super chat. Using your sunflower analogy, sometimes the weeds get tangled up and create obstacles for the flowers to see the sun. Oh, so true. How can I cut through the weeds of everyday life to put myself in the light? Very good. Thanks so much for being a member here. And again, thanks for your generous contribution today. How can you cut through the weeds of everyday life? You know, so often your weeds come from some very specific places. It can come from having to deal with people who don't really understand you and don't really speak your language, and sort of having to show up for their comfort rather than for your own. It can come from the daunting and repetitive nature of hard work. It can come from feeling somewhat unsupported. And so this is how you have to dig deep and find support in your community, find support in your higher power, find support in your connection to earth and heaven. Help yourself to feel more supported and find that support wherever you can. That's really the key. To keep going with that analogy, it's just like how when you're gardening, sometimes you have to put a stick and tie the plant to a stick to support it. See, we can take this gardening analogy really far. Hey, Melissa Grosso, thank you so much for joining. I am so excited that you are a member of this channel. What is a daily practice I can use to continue to grow toward the light and quiet the egotistical, fearful wolf? And again, you know, this might be something that everyone can use. I'm directing it right toward Melissa, so it's going to be personal. But, you know, we often share some of the same issues. So if something here resonates for you, you can use it as well. There's plenty to go around. All right. So, Melissa, a daily practice you can use to continue to grow toward the light and quiet the egotistical, fearful wolf. Okay, it's in a lot of different steps. Breathe. Breathe deeply and focus on the conscious breath. Breathe fire into your solar plexus. Open up the solar plexus. And just for a moment, imagine the idea that everything's going to be okay. You know, I think about that Bob Marley song, Three Little Birds. Every little thing's going to be okay. All right, that's the lyric. Every little thing's going to be all right. Right? Sorry, I don't sing that well. But just for a moment, you know, recognizing the world is in turmoil, people suck, everything's tough. But what if just in a moment, you can breathe and recognize that everything could be all right? And just in that moment, embrace that. And I think that can make a world of difference. All right. Clumsy Clairvoyance, thank you for being here. Thanks for being a member of this channel. And thank you so much for the super chat. What do I need to do personally in order to align and attract myself to more positive sun-like energies? Right, good question. And that in terms of energies can be people, it can be opportunities, it can be places, it can be, you know, anything. You know, when we talk about bringing in the light can come in a lot of different ways. So what can you do to attune to that? Oh, this is funny. We got the sun reversed. That's so funny. I think it is all about, and again, you can't buy into toxic positivity. You know, that's why my exercise for Melissa was like, just for a moment. Just for a moment, imagine this. And I think for you, Clumsy Clairvoyance, there has to be an understanding of what sucks, what needs fixing that you can fix, what needs fixing that you can't fix, and all of that. But the overarching energy needs to be gratitude. to be in a place of gratitude and to find that thing, even in the worst moment of the worst day, to find that one thing for which you can be grateful. And for that one moment, to be in that place of gratitude. And I think that brings a lot of light, and it brings a lot of light to the world. Okay, here we go. Hey, Christina, nice to see you. Christina R. What do I need to do to feed the light more? Nine of Swords reversed, worry less. Recognize that you worry about stuff that you have no control over, or you will worry about stuff that you've already done everything you can do to solve. My mother used to say, and obviously substitute whatever word works for you in place of the word I'm going to use, but I'm quoting my mother now. You got to take it to God and you got to leave it there. You know, so instead of bringing something to God, to the universe, to your angels, to your higher power, whatever, and then taking it back and worrying about it some more, take it there and leave it there. Hey, Smile Soul 20, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. I am doing something currently, going to school. Woo! I am so excited. You get, oh man, you get all the sounds. You get that. You get that. You get that. You get all the sounds. Those really weren't all the sounds. I won't bore you with all the sounds, but those were some of the sounds. Because, oh my gosh, I am so excited that you're going to school. Okay, but let's do some cards on it to make sure. That was just me being excited because I tend to sort of feel like school is always a good thing. But what do the cards say? By going to school, am I growing toward a new light? And the answer is yes, 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 100% yes. It will be hard. It will not be easy to do this. But if you persevere and if you do this, this is going to help you immeasurably. Yes, indeed. I'm so proud of you. A Clumsy Clairvoyant says, I love this topic. My youngest daughter, her name is Daisy, which literally means the day's eye because they close up when the sun's down and opens up when the sun opens with the sun when it rises. That's so beautiful. I love that. Gemini Sun, so great to see you. Good afternoon. Somehow my fearful wolf still tends to steal some food. How can I grow toward the light more and give all the food to my love wolf? Yeah, man, let's do that. Let's see. So we got the Chariot. And again, I don't talk a lot about the cards in this format when I do the newsletter recap. But we are a tarot group, and I know you yourself are a tarot reader, Gemini Sun, and I wanted to point this out. This card is really telling. Because look, the steeds are black and white. They're opposites in union that pull together. Maybe what you need to do is give your fearful wolf a job. Maybe you need to look at, okay, that part of me that is anxious, that part of me that fears, maybe that part of me also helps me be careful. Maybe that part of me also helps me to make sure that I am dotting my I's and crossing my T's. And so figure out where all that fearful stuff is coming from. And if indeed it has created some behaviors in you that are helpful, and appreciate those behaviors and use those behaviors to alleviate the fear. Did that make sense or was that crazy? Let me know. Hey, Moonlight Tarot, nice to see you. Iva Morris, where do you look for light when it's cloudy and you can't see it? Where do you find the light? And I can think of a lot of answers, but I'm going to pull cards on that for you, Iva, and I'm so happy to see you. Thank you for being a member of this. Thank you for being a member of this channel. When you can't see the light outside of you, you have to find it within you. It is all about looking within and finding it within, whether that's looking for that part of divinity that is within each of us, whether it is your appreciation of beauty, whether it is your sense of gratitude, wherever the light resides within you, that's where you need to go to find it. Hey, Von Ray, nice to see you. Thank you for being a member here. Jackie, what do I need to know and do to grow towards the light? I will be embarking on an inner journey to remove blocks and obstacles. I feel I will need to focus on the light. So, what do you need to know and do to grow toward the light? It is all about putting closure to the past for you. And so this inner journey to remove blockages and obstacles, a lot of that is hurt and pain from the past and the stories that has caused you to tell yourself. So it's really about closure and healing and repackaging and reprocessing and reframing the hurts of your past. Okay, Robin Renee, so nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a member of this channel. And you know that Robin Renee gave me the name of your tarot fairy godmother. How do I increase my ability to manifest positive light? Good question. And the answer is by acknowledging your power over pain. Being in the light and manifesting light is not about ignoring or minimizing what hurts and what is real and what is hard. You have to be able to know those things for yourself and others. And then you have to know that you draw your power from it and you have power over it. Betty, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. I have a new meditation where I'm mentally opening doors and I'm inviting the guides in to help. And I am wondering if this is making a difference in my awakening. An awakening certainly is about growing toward the light, isn't it? Yeah, I love this. I think this is great. You're a visual person in this way, so I think this is really going to help. Hey, Marion K. Taro, so nice to see you. How can I find balance between my wolves as I tend to go between the two? And she gives us a cute little wolf emoji. So great. All right. Let's see. All right. How can you find balance between the wolves? You know, Marion, if you work from your heart, if you breathe into your heart, if you open the heart chakra, if you consciously work from the heart and send energy from the heart, you will be empowering the correct wolf always. Because your heart is as big as the sky and the ocean combined. And it is as strong as a wolf and a lion and a bear and a dragon. So take your heart, which is the heart of the dragon, and go forward that way. Okay, Von Ray, what should I be doing? Hang on. I over-scrolled. Here we go. What should I be doing spiritually to be more positive and to not worry about the future? Right. That's exactly what we're talking about here. And honestly, breathe. Get into a routine of doing meditative breathing exercises where you empty your mind and just focus on connection with your higher power. Just breathe. That's all you got to do, really. Every day, every day. Okay. Hey, Claire C. So nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member of this channel. How can I feed that optimistic wolf? Just got out of surgery and all is well. Well, thank goodness. I am so glad that all is well. Really, really appreciate hearing that. So sorry for what you've been through. How can you feed your optimistic wolf? By as much as possible being in the moment, by appreciating the moment, whatever is going on in the moment. I think they call that mindfulness. Whatever is going on in the moment, Just appreciate that. What feels good, what looks good, what is positive in this moment. Focus on that, and that will help a great deal. Oh, Gemini Sun, that did make sense. Oh, okay, good. Clumsy clairvoyance. All this talk about the dark wolf versus the light wolf reminds me of shadow work because we can't ignore the dark wolf, right? Completely, because then the shadow can be suppressed and then take over in a blowout. Right. Toxic positivity sucks. It really does. We have to honor what we feel. We just can't let that wolf win. That's the thing. Okay. All right. Oh, Robin Renee. Thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Very much. All right. From my perspective, I have answered everyone here. Everyone who has asked a question in regards to our topic. If you need to rephrase your question, remembering that our topic is all about growing toward the light, please do so. If I accidentally missed you, I'm so sorry. Please reiterate. If you're here and have not asked a question yet, it is last call for readings, y'all. Let me remind you that you can read the Tarot Topics weekly newsletter and subscribe by going to my website, christianagaudet.com or tarotbychristiana.com. While you're there, you can get a ticket for tonight's class, either on Zoom or in person in Palm City. And you can also make an appointment to have a one-on-one session with me in person in Palm City or by phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, or Zoom or WhatsApp, or, we'll figure it out, whatever you want to do. I want to remind you, too, to join us for a free tarot class this Saturday right here on this channel. The link is already up. Hit the reminder, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. I want to thank you all so much for being here. I really love doing the weekly newsletter, and I love the opportunity to discuss it with you. It comes out on Wednesday. I give you a day to read it. I love the opportunity to discuss it with you on Thursdays. So thank you so much for being here. To those of you who are watching in archive, I hope you enjoyed it as well. Thank you especially to our members. I'll be back tomorrow, Friday at noon, with your Friday weekly wrap-up. So look for the link to come up. I usually put the link up in the morning. Look for the link to come up, and I'll see you. Hopefully, I'll see some of you for class this evening. And I will hope to see you here for the free class Saturday. I appreciate all of you so much. Take really good care.